everyone and welcome to my channel S for Shivani. I am Shivani Saxena and in today's video we are going to learn more about a process which is the game changer in any placement process, the person interview round. If you come into my channel for the first time, then like this video right away and subscribe to it as you do not want to miss any of the videos I am making. Also, keep looking at the I pop-up at the top of the screen just in case I have any other video which is relevant to this video. Now, a person interview round can be divided into two parts depending on the kind of questions that are asked. Some companies have like two separate rounds. One is called the technical round and second is called the HR round, or it can be combined into one as well. Now, as far as the technical round is concerned, it can be divided further into four parts depending on the kind of questions that are asked. First kind of questions is always about the current affairs. What do you know about the company? What do you know is happening in the industry? How are the recent laws and regulations impacting that sector? And whatever is coming in the newspaper regarding that company or the industry. In case you want to know more about how you can prepare for current affairs, there's a video on my channel already, so do check it out. Now, coming to the second kind of question that you can be asked, which is the industry analysis. So what do you know about the industry? Who are the major players? How is the industry doing regard to the current conditions? Example, what is the impact on the industry of factors like COVID-19 situation or recession or demonetization or GST or whatever changes are being made in the law of the country. So what is the impact of all these factors on this particular sector? Then you also need to know whatever latest is happening, whatever latest trends are coming up in this sector. For example, let me give you an idea. With the auto industry example, there is a news which says that a government is suggesting the delinking of the battery of electric vehicles with the vehicle so that the cost can be reduced and it can benefit people in the way of price reduction. So if you know, the battery is one of the most expensive part in an electric vehicle. And if the delinking is done, then it has its pros as well as cons. So the company might want to know your take on this particular policy of government. Secondly, you might also be asked to use certain frameworks and use it to evaluate the industry attractiveness. By attractiveness, I mean if there is a new player which is coming in this particular sector, is it a right move for it or not? So here you might have to use the frameworks like Porter's 5 forces model or the pestle analysis or the SWOT analysis. Now, coming to the third kind of question, which is about the company. Again, there is a video on my channel for both company analysis as well as industry analysis, which you can refer. When it comes to company analysis, it is very important to go through all the social media handles of the company, the website of the company, and if the company has any blog. So you might be asked what recent campaign the company is doing, what has been its latest initiatives regarding COVID situation, how it has contributed its bit. So some companies are donating in the form of monetary donations, while others are providing their products at subsidized prices. So this can be a very important question which can be asked. Then you also need to know the mission, vision and value statement of the company. Why is it important? Because whatever you are answering should be in line with the philosophy of the company. Now, another important thing which the companies like to hear about them is their CSR initiatives and why they are in news recently. So in one interview, one of the panelists asked me the share price of the company as per the last day. So I was not prepared for that. So make sure that these little things you are aware of, you are reading about the company, and when you are there, make sure whatever you are saying is in agreement with what the company believes in. Also, when it comes to analyzing the product portfolio of the company, so a lot of companies ask you to draw a BCG matrix for them and rank whatever products that you are aware of, the brands the companies have, and place those brands in this matrix. A very common question asked in the interview is regarding whether you know what all brands the company has. So it might not be asked in this straight manner. The company can ask you to prepare a BCG matrix for their products and place their brands in the matrix. In a way, you need to know both the matrix, like at least even if you're not aware of the where the brands stand, at least know the structure of the matrix. You have to back wherever you are placing the product with your reasoning. So it might or might not be right, because that is your way of seeing the things. But like, speak out loud when you are making a BCG matrix. Let the panelists know your thought process. And the fourth kind of question that you can be asked in the technical round is your specialization related knowledge. Right from the frameworks, key terminology to latest trends in that specialization, you can be asked anything. So pay attention to whatever you are being taught in the MBA, attend classes, make notes, and these notes you can always refer in the PI. Here are some do's and don'ts regarding the technical round, so have a look. Ask for clarification. Be calm. Keep in mind where you are positioning your hands and feet. Carry a pen and a paper and keep making notes if there is any need. Ask to take time to think. Even if you're not able to remember anything, it is alright to say, "Can I take a moment to think?" When you are answering questions, maintain eye contact with the panelist. Some don'ts: do not make wrong guesses. It's alright to say, "I do not know the answer, but if I were to take a guess, then I think this is this." Do not be confident in giving a wrong answer. Now, coming to the HR round, which tests your cultural fitness with that of the company, and also if whatever your thought process you have or your set of beliefs match with those of the company. So this is usually a light round wherein the first question is usually introduce yourself or run me through your CV. But sometimes if the panelists want to create a stress situation, they might directly start bombarding you with situations. So you have to be mentally prepared that you can be faced with either of these situations. Now, when you are answering introduce yourself, this question basically sets your context for the entire person interview. No other question is as important as this one. So what I suggest is, whatever you were speaking about, yourself, schooling, hometown, formative years of your growing up, or your hobbies, always end the introduction by saying a statement which will prompt the panelists to ask their next question. Are you getting what I'm meaning? So for example, let me give you my example. In my introduction question, I used to end my paragraph by saying, "In my free time, I like to write poems, do some painting, and I also earn money by tweeting." Now, automatically the next question is, how can you earn money by tweeting? Now, the entire interview is in my hand and I can take it anyway. I can talk to them about my Twitter journey, what I write, how my posts get published on social media platforms, how brand influencers interact with me, and how we take ahead the campaigns that these brands want to have, the Twitter algorithm. There are so many things which I can really talk about. Some other approaches which you can use for your PI are create stories. So I had prepared a list of like 20-25 questions which I can be asked in my PI. In the next video, we are going to discuss all those questions, and I would create a story around those questions which I will memorize. Now, when it comes to the PI round, and if the person asks you that question, it should not show on your face that, "Oh, ये तो मेरे को पहले से ही पता था और ये लो इसका आंसर." ऐसा नहीं लगना चाहिए. It should look कि तुम सोच रहे हो थोड़ा and फिर तुम बोल रहे हो, but actually तुमने वो already prepare किया हुआ है. Secondly, I suggest you follow the STAR approach. So STAR stands for situation, task, action and result. So let's say तुमसे पूछा गया which was the most challenging situation in your life. And so मैं अपना example यहाँ पे फिर से दे रही हूँ. I would always quote the DU elections time. So if any one of you has been in DU, know कितना thrilling as well as tiring होते हैं DU elections. So I would start by describing the situation, which was elections for the post of Secretary of the Economic Society, which I was contesting for. Task क्या था? Task would be campaigning from 7 a.m. in the morning to like 10 p.m. at night. And then it would also require us bunking classes, but I still managed to come in the top 10 rankers during that semester. Things like that. So this describes the tasks. Then there would be action. So what I used to do was X, Y, Z, ऐसे मैंने manage किया, ऐसे मैंने balance किया, and what was the result? I won the elections. And I also learned that 1, 2, 3 learnings. Leave a positive trait, effective presence. Now what do you mean by this? It's your emotional footprint that you leave from the room. So when you enter the room, always enter with a smile, greet the panelists, whoever is sitting there, make eye contact with everyone if there are multiple people, sit, ask if you can sit, if they say yes, then only sit. If there is any question that is being asked, ask for a paper or a pen, or ask if you can use your notepad that you have brought with you. And be polite. Even if they are putting you in stress kind of situation, be polite. Do not lose your calm. Always keep a light smile on your face while you are answering. So all this will help you in leaving a positive emotional footprint. Do not leave scope for any bummers. Like, it is a basic expectation that you know your CV in and out. Like, if you close your eyes, your CV should be there in front of you. इतना अच्छे से तुमको उसको पढ़ना चाहिए. Also, focus on quantifying the results. So don't just say that you helped a Facebook page of XYZ company gain more likes. That's not a appropriate way of creating an impact. What you can say is you helped raise the engagement by 30%, awareness by X%, and conversions by Y%. So something like this. So always quantify whenever you are speaking. Now, coming to the situation-based interviews. So within the HR round, the company can ask you certain questions, like if, let's say, this happens, then what would you have done? This situation could be something which really happened with the company, or which, it's like it could be a made-up situation as well. So basically, the company is testing your crisis management or firefighting skills. Let me give you an example. For example, the company says that there is a worker who is very hardworking and is responsible for 70% of the revenue of the department, but he is not able to mix well with the other team members. He stays aloof, he talks negative about them, and he is just not willing to be a part of the team. So the other teammates complained about him to the HR and asked that he should be moved to another department. Now, if you are the HR manager, how will you react to this situation? Something again which will prompt you to talk about the values you believe in. Now, you have to choose whether you believe in teamwork or you believe in task. So, like the battle, the trade-off that happens between task and people. So, this is a commonplace question which can be asked. The second example of this kind of question can be, you are a sales manager, you happen to be at a dealership where some dispute broke out between the customer and the dealer. The customer wanted the replacement of the parts, while the dealer said that he has repaired them. So between repair and replacement, what will you choose at the cost of the satisfaction of the customer? Again, a typical situation that you can be asked to address. Also, there can be questions like which will require you to know about the company and the industry. So a common question to expect is, at this time, after the profits are being impacted by COVID situation, can you suggest some ways in which we can increase the revenue streams? Even if you do not know the right answer, try to be as close as possible and feel free to ask the panelist question if you want to get some more clarity on the problem statement that is given to you. Since you have watched the video till the end, there is a bonus tip for you. Now, when it comes to introduction, it is a good idea to prepare your introduction for different time frames. So what I used to do, if the interviewer is not stopping me, I have to continue speaking and introducing myself. So I had introduction set prepared for 5 minutes of speaking, prepared for 2 minutes, 1 minute, and even 30 seconds of speaking. So you know what happens is, if the person is like creating a stress kind of situation for me, and if I get that vibe, then I might want to highlight the important points in the 30-second introduction first, and then if I see I have some window to continue talking about myself, then I'll move to the less relevant parts like my hobbies or something. So prepare your introduction for 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, and 30 seconds. And also, I think it would be a good idea if you can have like a positioning statement for yourself. Like you know, all those one-liners which people put on their LinkedIn profile, if you can have one for yourself as well, so that's also a good idea. Thank you so much guys for watching this video. If you found something useful which you feel like implementing right away, let me know about that in the comment section. If you have any doubts, feel free to mention those as well in the comments, and I will address those immediately. Also, join the Facebook and Telegram groups that I have created, because I also answer some of the queries there as well. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share it with your batchmates so that more and more people benefit out of it. All the best for your preparation, and I know you will get your dream company.